Alright guys, this is the start of my summer project. You can see this is the inside of my garage, and got a lot going on in there. I know I've got to get it cleaned out, but I'm going to start over here. The entire mud sill of my garage is rotted completely away, as is some of the studs. So the project is going to be to cut the bottom mud sill out while supporting the roof with a house jack. Using adhesive to put down the concrete blocks. And there's going to be a nice pressure treated 2x4 on top of that. And then everything is going to be through bolted to the concrete base. I'm going to need to cut out a little bit of the rotted wood and studs to make it all fit, and hopefully at the end of the project everything will be nice and waterproofed, and I'll have a very nice garage instead of this piece of crap. Anyway, more to come. Well guys, this is the end of the first night. It doesn't look like I got a whole lot accomplished, but I think I made a lot of progress. I got all my materials and all my tools. I started cleaning the area that I need to work on. I think tomorrow night I'm going to cut out some of the bottom of the wood, which is more rotted than I originally thought, and clean up. And I think hopefully by the end of tomorrow night, this whole corner of the garage will be looking a lot different. I also have to take this door out, and I'm gonna get rid of that door, and it's just gonna be a wall. But hopefully from this point on things go a lot quicker. I have my materials laid out a little bit, and I know I don't have enough material for the project, but I have enough to get a good start on it. And again, this is gonna be one hell of a project. So till next time, see ya. Alright guys, good morning. This is the beginning of day 2. Last night I ran into a problem and had to go get a new saw. I need to go out and get a sawzall this morning. I did not think I was going to need one, but it turns out I'm going to need one for the corners. You can see I've cleaned a lot of the debris and cut some of the studs on this side. After I get everything set up and rolling, should go relatively quickly. Hoping to get done this weekend, but that's what it's going to look like when I'm done. I just mocked that up to make sure that the fitment was right and everything was good. I want to make sure that all the blocks fit and everything is good to go before I go putting the final adhesive on the blocks and making everything finalized and solid. So anyway, again, that's the beginning of day 2. I have some other things to do today, so I'm not sure how much I'll get done, but more to come. Alright guys, this is actually day 2. Yesterday I got sidetracked and had to help a friend do something else, so I didn't get much done. So I've been working this morning, probably about 3 or 4 hours. Finally got the corner cut out over here. I got everything under there cut. And this is mocked up. That's 100% mock-up. It's the block, the mud sill, the new mud sill, and then the ties for the wood. And then it came down. So my goal is to get at least down to here, cut, prepped, and secured today. And I told you I was doing this door thing, so I ripped the door out. That took some time too. That was a little more challenging than I thought. Anyway, more to come, but that's where I'm at. I think I'm ready to fasten in this first part, and I'll get you some info on that. Hopefully I'll be able to move that jack down where this door is and get that all cut out and secured in a couple hours. Well guys, it's the end of the day. I think my back has had just about enough. You can see I got the blocks. They're all fixed with the adhesive. I got those two pieces there, cut out the corner. Everything looks like it fits really good. There's about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch gap there. I put the blocks right on the edge of the pad, and apparently when they built it, the original mud sill hung over the edge just a smidge. Shaking my head. So I got it drawn in as much as I could. Still have 2 more bolts to put in there and fasten the studs to the mud sill, but that's what it's gonna look like. I ran into some other things this afternoon. I wanted to be down here where these blocks are. You know, I just got some drywall up over my wall, over my opening there. I didn't have the plywood to put in that. The heat and my back and some other things have just kind of hindered me today, and getting this to all fit right is much more challenging than I originally thought. I thought it would be pretty simple, but getting the wood cut right to slide the new mud sill under there and everything, it just takes a little more patience and a little more time, but I'm sure I'm doing it right, and everything will be good to go when I'm finished. So look for more to come. Good afternoon. We're back at the project again. Took a little bit more time off with some other things that had come up. Life has a tendency to do that. But I'm leaving on vacation in a couple days, and I want to get this part finished before I leave. So I decided to drill the holes in the concrete floor and set the anchors before I drilled the holes in anything else. So I did that, made sure the anchors were set and would not spin like the other ones, or probably not set all the way. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. So these anchors are solid. I then drilled the holes in the blocks. One of the holes was not exactly right. I had to widen the hole up a little bit, but that just goes through the block. That's not a terribly big deal. I'm gonna make a better effort to get the hole in the wood on top of that closer to where it needs to be. And you can see just got done trimming the little bits of the studs that were not allowing the wood pieces to slide under nicely. So got that all trimmed up. That's nice and tight. So I'm going to take everything apart, clean everything really good, use some water and a brush and scrub the concrete down before I put the adhesive on. Then I'm going to put the adhesive down, making sure to get a really good bead on the outside part of the block to stop any water from coming in under the blocks. This side is really important for that because this is one of the areas where the water is coming into the garage. So I want to solve that problem with this, and then make sure that everything is put together tight and one piece at a time. Then the wood's going to go on and the bolts will go in, and then I'm going to toenail everything together, and this side should be done in a little bit. So just remember, if you're taking on a project like this and you run into an issue or a problem, take your time to solve the problems, because if you don't and you rush through it, it's going to come back to bite you. It's been, honestly, this has been kind of a bitch because there's nails sticking in places that you can't get the grinding wheel in to cut them off, and trying to get all this stuff to set up just right is really fun. Anyway, more to come. Have a great 4th of July. Today's the 4th, by the way. Alright guys, just got this finished. It's all screwed in. Everything looks like it's finished. Just need to let the adhesive dry a little bit, and then we'll be ready to test it, see if it leaks. I'm gonna need to do a few more toenails in the studs, but I got someplace to be in a little bit, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up for now. But it looks really good. I'm really this is the best so far that it's turned out. So I'm really pleased with the way this is turning out. Anyway. Alright, YouTube. Back to the project. Had a little vacation. Seems like my summer's slipping away, as usual. As you can see, this side was done. And now it is not. I made a mistake. When I put the anchors in, they were not all the way into the concrete in the flooring surface. They were partially in brick, and they did not fully seat. So I thought I would solve the problem by injecting some of the adhesive in there and then putting the screws back in. I did that, waited for the adhesive to dry, tightened it up, and it cracked the bricks, and did not tighten up. So I decided I was going to pull it all back apart, which was a complete pain in the ass. Which, you know, it's a pretty decent construction. So in any event, I'm going to make sure that the anchors are firmly in and anchored into the holes this time, and have to redo everything on this side. Thankfully, it's not going to be too terribly difficult. But I thought I'd share that mistake with you, so that if you have a situation, I think it's a better idea to drill into the concrete floor and mount the anchors directly into the floor, and then try to line up the bricks and drill holes in the bricks and then drill holes in the wood. Because if you try to just drill through the whole thing, the anchors didn't seat right into the flooring, and that was my mistake. Anyway, some mistakes are expensive. This one's probably just a few dollars, so just time. Anyway, more later. Well, YouTube fans, we had a torrential rain this afternoon. And you can see that's what happens in my garage when we get torrential rain. It just floods right under. That's the old wood there that's rotted out. This is the new. I haven't actually put the wood into there. This door frame needs some work. I got a little bit of leak right here at the door frame, but I think I can solve that. I think it's leaking in where the door frame is. You can see the brick there, the new stuff that I put in. There's no water in there. Water comes in through the door and then saturates the inside of the over here. This is where water came in, so that will be eliminated once I get the water coming in through the door solved. Anyway, just to show you what the main problem is that I'm trying to solve here. So I knew that wasn't really clear. You can see back here. Sorry, everything's a mess. I'm trying to shuffle things around so that I can work. But anyway, that's what's been going on. Hopefully once I get this all done, I won't do this anymore. Well, it's been quite a while since my last update. I've had a lot of life issues and some things going on. Anyway, I am making progress along the wall here. I just ran into the typical old stuff. This wall right here is those studs are completely rotted away. So after I get done putting the base, the floor in, that is all going to need to be pulled apart and replaced. And this is probably some of the worst rotted stuff along. You can see I'm lining up the bricks here. I just painted some more with the dry lock, but this is going to be probably the worst, and that's pretty much it. So this project I thought was going to take me a couple of weekends. Honestly, it probably should have. I just it's taken the better part of a year. I had some other things that came up and took precedent, so that's the way it goes. Anyway, hopefully the next update I'll be just about finished. Back once again for another update. Got the blocks now all the way up the wall, around. Unfortunately, that whole wall I found out is rotted and has old termite damage, so I'm gonna have to do some more work in there. Gotten all the way around there, cut all the way around this side. All the blocks are glued into place except for the ones that are on top with the holes in them. I'm waiting for the paint on the inside of the holes to dry. I'll glue them down tomorrow, and then hopefully bolt those last two boards in. I think I have a little bit more trimming to do before I can slip that wood in there, and then that will be the end of probably one of the hardest projects of my whole life. Hopefully next time will be the final update. And there it is. The last bolt is in. So the wood's all bolted down. Over here in the corner I have some places I need to touch up the paint, and in that very corner block there, I'm going to leave that out. That's the low spot in the garage. I did not glue that down. That way I can put my finger in there and pull that thing out, hose down the whole inside of the garage, and all the water will run back in there. So I guess I am going to plan on caulking around all the bricks and everything, and I have some more work to do with this wall, but that's the end of this project. Oh my God, it has been very rough. Just take your time and make sure you have plenty of patience. See you next time.